Categories of Writing Skills by Brown. Writing products are the result of thinking, drafting, and revising procedures that require specialized skills. In this process, we transform thoughts into words to shape the main ideas, to give them structure and coherent organization. Writing is a thinking process. We have techniques for writing. These are the pre-writing stage, which encourages the generation of ideas. Connect reading and writing, because by reading, students can gain important insights, both about how they should write and about subject matter that may become the topic of their writing. Brainstorming and free writing. Drafting and revising, which includes monitoring of one's writing. Peer rewriting for content, using the structure's feedback, and editing grammatical errors. And the last technique, group collaboration. Writing language has some characteristics. These are permanence, the power that the student has on its own work to amend, clarify, and withdraw to its audience. Production time, that the students be capable of making the best possible use of the time they have to do a writing. Distance, writers need to be capable to predict the audience's general knowledge, cultural and literary schemata. Specific subject matter, knowledge, and how their choice of language will be interpreted. Orthography, complexity, writers must learn how to remove redundancy, how to combine sentences, how to make references to other elements in the text, and how to create syntactic and lexical variety. Vocabulary. Good writers will learn to take advantage of the richness of English vocabulary. And the last characteristic, formality.
To build fluency in writing, we need to take account of the macro and micro skills. Micro skills are those that the student need to comprehend in order that they are able to produce an acceptable grammar. Micro skills involve produce graphemes and orthographic pattern, produce writing at efficient rate of speed, produce an acceptable core of words and use appropriate word order pattern. Use acceptable grammatical system, patterns, and rules. Express particular meaning in different grammatical forms. Macro skills, in the other hand, further skill and strategies that are required in order a student being able to convey the meaning that they want to communicate in their writing. Macro skills involve use cohesive device in writing discourse. Use rhetorical forms and convention of written discourse. Appropriately accomplish the communicate function of written text. Convey links and connection between events and communicate such relation as main idea, supporting idea, new information, generalization, and exemplification. Distinguishing between literal and implied meaning. Correctly conveying cultural specific reference in the context of the written text. Develop and use battery of written strategies. There are different types of writing tasks according to the level of the linguistic complexity. Imitative writing. Picture cue task. Familiar pictures are displayed and the student have to write the word that the picture represents. Completing form. A variation on picture is the use of simple form that asks for name, address, phone number, and other data. Converting number and abbreviation to words and phrases. Some tests have sections which numbers are written. Intensive control writing. Grammatical transformation exercises. For example, change the tenses in a paragraph. Change question into a statement. Picture sequence description. A sequence of 3 to 6 pictures depicting a storyline can provide a suitable stimulus for written production. Ordering tasks. Reorder a list of words in random order. Responsive writing. Paraphrasing. Ensuring that the students know the importance of paraphrasing, to say something in their words. Avoiding plagiarism. Offering variety in expression. Guided writing is a guided question and answer format in which the teacher possesses a series of questions that serve as an outline of the emergent writing test. Extensive writing. Side writing task in type of writing, task in genres of writing. In the extensive writing, the writer has more freedom to choose topics, length, and style.
The role of the teacher. A teacher must encourage their students to bring their own schemata to an understanding text, and in writing to develop their own ideas, offer their own critical analysis, and find their own voice. The role of the teacher must be the one of facilitator and coach. A teacher makes sure that students are carefully led through appropriate stages in the process of composing and see everything leading up to this final creation was worth the effort. A teacher provides a meaningful learning and intrinsic motivation as he or she tries to get their students involved in topics of interest and significance to them and in authentic writing tasks. Responding and correcting students' writing. Error treatment can begin in the drafting and revising stages. Avoiding rewriting a student's sentences. Comment holistically in terms of the clarity of the overall thesis and the general structural organization. Comment on features that appear to be irrelevant to the topic. Minor grammatical and mechanical errors should be indicated. Check cohesive devices within and across paragraphs. Comment on the adequacy and strength of the conclusion. The key to being judged is fairness and explicitness in what they take into account in your evaluation. Indicate to students their areas of strength and weaknesses, and it can be used as scoring rubric. The feedback. The most instructive evaluate feedback you can give is your comments, specific and summarized, regarding the student's work. A successful evaluation is to get students to understand that the grades, scores, and other comments are varied forms of feedback from which they can benefit. The final evaluation on one composition simply creates input to the learner for the next composition.